what's up? It's your girl Bria Simone, and welcome to the very first episode of Faith of a Flight Attendant. So today I just kind of wanted to introduce the channel, and I also wanted to talk about a topic that really resonates with me. Well, because that's kind of where the name of the channel is coming from. So today's topic is going to be about faith. So if you like what you see, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Alright y'all, so once again, my name is Bria Simone, and you are watching Faith of a Flight Attendant. I wanted to let me start over. The reason I called this channel, or wanted to call this channel Faith of a Flight Attendant, was because I don't think people realize how much faith it takes to be a flight attendant. And not only is it derived because I'm a Christian girl, period, but it takes a lot of faith to become a flight attendant. And I think I actually got this idea. I was like riding around in I was on a flight one time where something happened, or I was on a flight and a passenger had asked me like, oh, is he like ex-military or something, the pilot? And I was like, sir, I don't know. I looked that man in his face and I was like, I don't know. I said, I don't even know that man's name.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, man, I probably shouldn't have said that. But at the same time, I was like, I said, it takes a lot of faith to have this job. And he was like, oh, I bet. I was like, yeah, like, I'm putting so much faith and trust in these two probably men in the cockpit to facilitate my job, you know? And I was just like, man, here I am just blindly trusting Sam from Alabama to take me from Atlanta to Los Angeles, and yet sometimes we struggle so much with having faith in God. And so that is one of the reasons why I named this channel that, is because I feel like as a flight attendant and as a Christian flight attendant, that is the job in itself, is having faith. You know, people ask me all the time like, oh, how do you like your job, blah, blah, blah. I love my job, but it does require a certain level of crazy faith. So yeah, crazy faith it is, y'all. Crazy faith it is. I went to church this morning, and we were watching like this interview with the head football coach for Clemson. So I just want to share something with you guys really quick. But it said, Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as work for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. And that stuck out to me so much, because I'm like, man, so like, in other words, what I take from that scripture is, with everything you do, make sure that you're doing it to glorify God. Not to glorify you, not to glorify me. It's not in Bria's name, it's in God's name. So just make sure that whatever you're doing it to glorify God. And then some people might ask, well, how is being a flight attendant glorifying God? Y'all, when I tell y'all, I probably am the most annoying flight attendant, because I'm always talking about God. And I don't mean that I'm going around preaching to everybody and I'm on PA, y'all, Jesus did this for me today. No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you are living for God and God is in you, people can see that. And my mom always reminds me, she says, when you get on that plane, you better anoint yourself up and down. You pray a covering over yourself, because you are dealing with so many different spirits. And I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a flight attendant, I just get on the plane. I don't think twice about it. When I thought about it, I said, she's right. Like, a lot of the times I might come home with an attitude or a low feeling like I'm, sad or depressed or whatever the case may be. But I say, you know what? Actually, she's right. I do need to cover myself. Because not only am I dealing with a lot of different personalities at work, but then think about those souls that get on board. That's the part, that's where that spiritual warfare kind of starts to seep in a little bit, because you have so much different personalities, so many different spirits, so many different things that people are dealing with, and they bring it all, and then you're trapped in a metal tube. Now I get it, it's a spirit, it's not trapped in a metal tube, but it's there. You are this close contact with different things, different spirits, different demons, you never know. So the best and most important thing to do is to cover yourself. So please, with all your might, make sure that you're doing that. But to anyways, get back on topic. This job requires a lot of faith. Someone asked me the other day, do you contemplate like life and death as a flight attendant? I'm like, all the time. All the time. And the thing about it is, like, not in like a weird creepy way, but I just make sure, okay Lord, am I living right? Am I living for you? And are people able to feel you and witness you and the goodness of you through me? Because every day I ask God and I tell God I want to be a vessel. Even this channel, I want it to be a vessel. So yeah, that is a big part of the job, is just having faith. Waking up every morning. When you first start, before you get that line, girl, you're not gonna know where you're going. So that requires faith. You're not gonna know those pilots. That requires faith. You're not gonna know the crew you're working with, most likely. That requires faith. Having trust in knowing that that plane is gonna go up and it's gonna come down in one piece. Y'all, that is something that often blows my mind. So not only are you covering yourself because of different spirits and demons and whatever you may be facing, but you need to cover yourself for your safety. You need to cover yourself because it's such a blessing. Every time a flight lands, you know, I'm so grateful, because it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to have a job like that, but to also realize the goodness of God, and that trillion-ton aircraft metal tube can fly through the air at 500,000 miles. That is so fast. I meant 500 plus wait, why do I keep saying 1,000? 500 plus miles per hour. Yeah. So that is it. I don't know why I kept messing that number up. But anyways, the point is, it takes a lot of trust to do this job. People ask me that all the time, like, you know, what's up with it? And that's the answer, you know. It just requires a lot of faith, you know, and you just gotta stay prayed up. I always tell people that, you know, stay prayed up. And it's so funny because sometimes I see passengers when they're boarding, or they'll sit down in their seat and they, you know, and I'm like, I get that. I respect that, because yeah, you know. But anyways, just make sure that you have faith when it comes to this job. Even I just read something on Facebook the other day that someone's friend applied to be a flight attendant, and she didn't get it on like the first round because there was something wrong with her application, and she was freaking out and all this stuff. Have faith. The number one, there are so many other airlines. I'm gonna just go off on a quick tangent real quick. There are so many other airlines out there, but two, there are so many opportunities. And with my particular airline, because I was like, oh, I want to go here, I want to work here, I want to work here. Oh, this is my dream airline, yada, 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 yada. But I was watching another creator on YouTube. Shout out to you, Christina, because I love her content. But I think the night before my like in-person interview, I was just watching information on like becoming a flight attendant. And much like if you aren't a flight attendant, you'll probably be watching my content because I'm gonna be coming out with more. But I remember her distinctly saying, y'all, I've had so many different opportunities, so many offers, CJOs from different airlines. She said, of course I've had offers from the big three. She said, but I chose this specific airline because this is where God told me to be right now. And I was just like, whoa. And it made me have more confidence in going to my airline because I felt like the same thing. I don't need to be at the top. I don't certainly want to be on the bottom, I'll say that. But I say all that to say it's like, okay, maybe you apply for Delta, maybe you apply for American, maybe you apply for United, maybe you apply for Emirates, maybe you apply for, I don't know, Virgin Atlantic or something like that. But just a no doesn't always mean a no. It just means not yet, or not this one, or not now. So just take that and remember, y'all, have faith. That's all you need. The faith the size of a mustard seed. That is all you need. I'm telling you. Now, it's amazing if you have more, but all God requires of you is to have faith the very tiny size of a mustard seed. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw today, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.